Today, I will be sharing everything you need to know about the Shiltz ranking and how we can climb to the top. Stick around till the end because at one point in this video, I'm dropping a major strategy that most top rankers still aren't openly sharing. I will also show you exactly how Hisae or Gelatos managed to skyrocket the #1 spot and close that massive point gap so quickly. Just a few weeks ago, when I first saw her at the top 50 ranking, the gap between her and the top 1 was around 7k points and more. Then last week, she suddenly jumped into the top 4. That's when I got a little bit suspicious. Her points look statistically insane, especially since her name wasn't even on the top 10 boss damage rankings on any channel that we go. I actually reported her for cheating at the time, but today I'm setting the record straight. I'll show you precisely how she closed that gap and reached the top 1 today. Alright, let's get into it. If you want to compete for the high rank, you cannot skip the Shiltz Pass. On daily pass missions, you can earn up to 200 points every single day by doing simple tasks you're probably already doing, like fishing, sending Shiltz likes, and selling items. Super easy points, but consistency is the everything. And next up, the Season Pass. This is where it gets grindier. One of the biggest reward comes from reaching level 50 on any class, giving you up to 500 Shiltz points per quest. It takes effort, but if you're aiming for the top 10 or higher, this is mandatory. Now, let's talk about the field boss. This is where real competition begins. Field bosses spawn in 5 waves within a 24-hour period. On the Aru server, which I'm at, the spawn times are 3 AM, 8 AM, 12 PM, 3 PM, and 6 PM Universal Time Zone. To make it easier for you, I converted those time zone for our main audience. I'll also drop them on the pinned comments so you can check back on it. So when field boss spawns, there are 3 bosses per channel, and you can see which channel they are on opening the map and looking for the boss icons. And for you to earn more points here, you will need to have a higher damage, so it's not F2P friendly competition. But don't get discouraged. Top damage dealers on a server don't camp on one channel. They usually spread out across channels, secure better rewards and higher ranking points by hitting top 1 damage on different channels. Not to mention, you can also check how many points you can get from each bosses, and based on what rank you can get, you can see this on the Shiltz ranking, then clicking on the boss score. Now, the last place to earn Shiltz points, and that will be on the Rift. Here, you need to hit level 49 before you are able to enter the Rift and participate on the Rift boss raid. Unlike field bosses, the Rift can only spawn once per day, but it can have up to 10 Rift bosses, so that means 1 per channel. This gives guilds a chance to choose what channel they want to enter and dominate the guild damage ranking for bigger rewards. Rift bosses generally give more Shiltz points than field bosses, so make sure that you never miss them. Also, we will be covering everything about the Rift on our next video. So let's continue regarding the Shiltz ranking for now. Now, let's talk about Gelatos, as how she climbed the ranking and closed the point gap fast. Too fast that you might think she was cheating. If you look closely at my field boss footage, you'll notice something interesting. If you focus on the damage ranking, you can see she hits top 1 on the first and on the second field boss immediately. But starting on the third boss, her name doesn't appear on the damage ranking immediately. Only after the boss health is down around 60%, wherein she suddenly appears as a top 1 damage dealer. This also happened on the fourth boss. Her name wasn't around when we teleported, but when the boss is down around 50%, she can be seen on the ranking again. So that pattern made me dig deeper, when her name suddenly changed from Hisae to Gelatos. As she was on the top 4 ranking, things suddenly made sense to me that Hisae was Gelatos' second account. So here's the mechanic that was hidden in plain sight. Every time a boss dies, you'll see this notice. Rewards will be sent to your mail. You can only earn rewards and Shiltz ranking points once per character. Once per character, not once per account. That means you can kill the boss wave again with a second character on the same account and earn full points again. So Gelatos here and probably a few other top rankers figured this out early. She consistently attended every boss hunt, starting from the second week and use her alt account to double dip on points. Being a whale definitely helped with the damage, but every channel has its own whale who monopolize the top 1 damage. The real difference was the second character's strategy. Here's a quick demonstration on how she does things. Now that we have killed the last boss, immediately turn off your auto attack. This way we will be able to go through our character list. Once we are here, choose your second character immediately and enter the game. But also, before using my main account, I left my second character on the last boss spawn area. This makes it so that we don't need to teleport, but just change our channels. This can also shorten our time, and it only took us around 30 seconds to switch characters. Now that we are in, once you see your name on the damage ranking, you can choose to go to other channels if you think there are less people there. This way, lesser competition and more points that you can get at the end. Now that the boss is dead, you can see here that we gain an additional points with our second character, which will soon be added to our total points. This is also the reason as to why having a second character is a big help. Best if you make it stronger also. And to wrap things up, Shiltz ranking runs in seasons, usually around 30 days. At the end of each season, you will be able to earn Shiltz crystal based on your final ranking. The higher you place, the more you can get. These crystals can also be used to buy limited O parts and to make your character stronger. Or you can use the Shiltz crystal to change them into Shiltz token to sell it for money. We'll go much deeper into the play to earn side of the tokenomics in a future video. Once again,